Welcome back to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I am your man, Kadon Sterling. So nice to be back here with you today. All right, finally, we got a beautiful day out here in Georgia. Well, semi-beautiful. You know, we had a snowstorm, but and to be honest with you, I'm not happy about that. I didn't buy no house down here for no snow. Really, they needed to have a conference call about that. They needed to talk to some people before they did that snow. It wasn't a snowstorm, it was just a snow day. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New York, I know snowstorms. But that's not why you're here. You're here because we're about to get into a whole new episode. I like to call them the comeback kids, the comeback car companies for 2025. So stay right there, stick with me. I'll be right back. We're gonna talk all about it. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the headquarters, or should I say my garage. All right, welcome back to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling. Let's take care of the business before we even get into this episode, okay? Etsy.com. Go to Etsy, and you can find all the apparel that I personally designed. I'm a firm believer, you are seen before you are heard. Make sure you represent yourself correctly. So even with garments and apparel like this right here, live life. It's such a simple phrase. Stay fearless and live life. Even down to the joggers. You can't see them, but I'll show them to you in a minute. Go to Etsy.com. Mogul Mindset, one word, and get yours. Everything's for sale right there. Now let's get into this. The top 5 comeback car companies for 2025. I like to call them the comeback kids for 2025. All right? These are the car companies, it's just my opinion, my viewpoint, that I feel that are making cars going into this year, going into 2026 actually, that's going to make them competitive again. That's going to make them stand out again. That's going to make them say, this is the part of the market that we have controlled for years, but we might have lost it, but now we're trying to get that part of the market back. These are just 5. I had really 6. Honestly, I left Mazda off the list. I might as well say right now, Mazda 6E, which is an all-electric vehicle from Mazda. I think it's a great mid-size sedan, all-electric. A lot of these cars now is going to be hybrids or EVs. You know, let's talk about the cars real quick that I didn't make the list because I don't know what happened. I just don't think they're going to make them. I don't know what's going on. I wanted a 2025 Nissan Maxima. Don't look like it's gonna happen. I've seen a whole lot of AI designs on it. I heard a lot of talk on the blogs on them, but the vlogs also, but we don't know what Nissan's gonna do. 2023 was the last make for Nissan Maximas. As far as we know, they have not made a 2024. They have made 2025 Altimas. But I do think if they do the Maxima over and make it a lot more aggressive, a little longer, I'm even gonna give y'all a hint. Nissan copied the old school, not old school, but copy a little bit of Jaguar. If you make the new Nissan Maxima, whenever y'all make them, and it looks a little bit like that old Jaguar, 2016, 2014, 2017s, but more modern, and you give it a twin turbo V6, because I know nobody wants to do V8s anymore. I'm just trying to say, hey, your man Kadon Sterling put something in your ear. You can use it if you want. But let's go to this list, because I made sure I wrote it down. All right. Now, the top one, because I think this car company, I'm not going to say has fell off, but their bread and butter vehicles are not as popular right now. But I think they will come back because of the economy, because of the way families are situated now. So let's get into it. The Honda CR-V 2025. Let me say what I wrote down for y'all. Okay, well, it offers both front wheel and all-wheel drive. That's a good thing for that vehicle. It comes with a turbocharged 1.5 four-cylinder engine. It's a CR-V, people. It's not supposed to be that fast, all right? 190 horsepower, but this is what it is that's gonna make people more attractive to it. I don't believe this is the hybrid version either. It might be the hybrid though. It might be the hybrid. 34 miles per gallon. 34 miles per gallon. And it seats 6 comfortably. Now the price range is between 35 to 40,000. Some people are gonna upcharge you. You might be able to get a deal here and there, but those are gonna be the realistic prices for that. And just so you know what it looked like, here we go. Check it out, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's keep it going right here. Number 2 for the top 2025 comeback car companies that I think will definitely make a presence towards the middle of this year and towards the end of this year. That has kind of lost their popularity, but I think they have a chance. The Alfa Romeo Giulia. All right. I know it's controversial. I know some people are gonna sit here and say, the Alfa Romeo. We didn't like the Giulia when they first brought it out. It wasn't really that hot. It wasn't. I looked into this vehicle because honestly speaking, it does hold a soft place in my heart. Not the vehicle, but the manufacturer. The very first car that I saw myself owning as a child, as I got older, was the Alfa Romeo Spider. I'm telling you, I saw my whole life in front of me when I was 6, 7 years old. I knew what I was gonna be doing. I said, I'm gonna have an Alfa Romeo Spider. I'm gonna go to college in UCLA. I don't know why UCLA, I guess I like the colors of the football team uniform or something, but either way, I'm going to college in UCLA and I'm gonna be driving my Alfa Romeo Spider back and forth between Los Angeles and also Malibu. I'm glad we touched that point. Our condolences to all the people in Los Angeles that lost their homes, that lost their lives, that lost everything due to all those fires out there. Our complete condolences, because I have never thought at all that the city of Los Angeles, I'm talking about not just downtown, I'm talking about the outskirts of Los Angeles would ever really go through the things that they're dealing with to this capacity. They've been known to have fires, they've been known to have forest fires, everything like that. But to this capacity, it's almost like the city has burnt down, besides downtown. And it's a shame and it's sad. It's truly, truly sad. And I really, really hope that the insurance companies do right by those homeowners, property owners, store owners, business owners. Do right by them. This ain't the time to sit back and do politics with them and talk about, oh, we would cover you, but, oh, we would cover you, but, when these people have been paying insurance for umpteen years and everything they have is gone. So our condolences to them. All right, let's get back to this Alfa Romeo Giulia. That's why I picked this one, because I like the new design of the Giulia. It's not so far off of the old Giulia. It really isn't, but it's been touched up a bit. Okay, now let's get into what we need to talk about. The specs and the numbers. Now, that's what I care about. I'm a numbers guy. Turbocharged 2.0 4-cylinder. You heard what I said, 4-cylinder. I know it's Alfa Romeo with a 4-cylinder. It should be a V8 or V6, but hey, this is the world we live in. It only has 280 horsepower, 8-speed automatic, but it does come with an all-wheel drive, which is always good. Okay? And because it's a 4-cylinder, 24 miles per gallon, city. I'm not sure what it does highway, but city 24 miles per gallon is really good. Really, really good. Oh, I'm sorry, I did write it down for the highway. I thought I didn't. 33 miles per gallon for the highway. That's damn good. And it's around $88,000. Okay, now, here we go with this. Number one, it's super expensive to maintain. The maintenance on it is real. It's not an inexpensive driving vehicle. It really isn't. But for those who have an eye and an appreciation for Italian cars, and would like to feel like they have in some kind of Italian four-door sports vehicle, there you go. The design is not bad. It's not for everybody. Check it out. I'll be right here when you get back. And we are back. Let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Let me know what you think. All right? Now, let's go to number 3, which is probably, it has to be. It ain't even probably. It was for a long time. Besides the Honda Accord, the most purchased four-door sedan and most reliable four-door sedan in this country, the Toyota Camry. But the new 2025 Toyota Camry is a hybrid. Let's be honest, we all grew up with Toyota Camrys. I've never owned one, but who don't you know did not have one? Everybody you knew had a Toyota Camry, a Honda Accord, or a Nissan Maxima, or some kind of Ford. But that Toyota Camry, that ain't going nowhere. Great family car, great four-door sedan, great for Uber, if you driving Uber or Lyft. You know what I'm saying? This is not the vehicle that you're gonna have to spend tons and tons and tons of thousands of dollars on to keep it on the road. It has a reputation for being reliable, and it always will be. Now, this new design is definitely a more aggressive design than they usually come up with. You know, it's normally more round and round and round. They made it a lot more sleeker. They made it more aerodynamic, okay? They made it more visually appealing to the eye for the car enthusiasts, okay? Now let's get to what the numbers looking like on this right here. It is a hybrid for 2025. I don't believe they having one that's not a hybrid. They're trying to go full EV, but they are coming out with a hybrid. And it is not coming out, it's out right now, and it's a hybrid. And I do think it's gonna sell a lot of cars. Why would you not buy these cars up if you are in the rental car business or if you're in the Toro business? This is a perfect Toro car. Just saying. It gets, I didn't even believe it when I wrote it, to be honest with you. 53 miles per gallon city and 50 miles per gallon highway. You can drive to Russia. You can drive to London on a full tank of gas. Because it's a hybrid, so you're not ever going to use a full tank of gas. 53 miles per gallon. You fill this car up once a month. If a month. You might fill this car once in a month and a half. If you haven't got nowhere to go, you forget when you fill this car up. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a 2.5 four-cylinder engine, okay? 184 horses, and they start around 30. Now you can go all the way up to the XSE, and you're gonna be paying around 44 to 45 MSRP, somewhere around there. But I do believe, car sale-wise, the new Toyota Camry is going to really, really do well in 2020-25. I really do. Now, I want you to check it out for yourselves. So, get back to me. Right. I'm not mad at it. It's not a personal choice of mine. I personally have no need for it. I don't want to own it. I would buy it and put it on Toro. I would do that. Yes, I would. I would definitely get one. Or I would lease it. I wouldn't even buy it. I'd lease it and put it on Toro. It would be a great business decision. Now let's get to number 4, which I personally feel is a great makes sense vehicle. It just makes sense. And they had a position in the market for many, many years. And then they went bigger. And then they went bigger than that. Let me get to what I'm talking about. The Ford Explorer 2025. They went to the Expedition. Then they went to the Excursion. Big gas tanks. The economy is crazy. Gas is crazy. Only a few people really have a need for huge SUVs. That's why the 2025 Ford Explorer as an SUV, honestly, it just makes sense. It does everything. It's an everything vehicle. If you are, to me personally, SUVs to me are more business-minded vehicles that you utilize for certain things. Long trips that have to do with doing business. Real estate has to do with doing business. You know, if you got a long trip and you got to make calls and you got to do all kind of things, or you got to pick up something, or you got to haul something, it makes sense to always have a full-size truck or a full-size SUV. I really do. I think it's great. Then everybody should have one if you need it. Everybody don't need it, and that's why this is such great, because this is a great version of an SUV that even if you really don't need it, you always will need it because it does everything. And it seats 7. And it's not a huge SUV, but it does everything. And they have stepped up the interior design. They have stepped up the lights. They have stepped up the sound system. They have stepped up everything in this vehicle. I'm not a Ford fan. I'm still not a Ford fan, but I know what makes sense. And with me having a Lincoln Navigator, it's a Ford. Let's be honest with it. That's all it is. The Lincoln Navigator is a Ford Expedition. It's a luxury version of the Ford Expedition. But it makes sense. All right, let's get to the numbers for you. All right. Now, okay, it ranges from 36,000. That's the base. It ain't ever gonna, it's going to be 37 to 38. All right. All the way up to 56,000 if you get the ST model. It comes with 2 different engines, 2 different engine specs, a 2.3 4-cylinder, and if you still want to stay under some budget, if you feel like that, a 3.0 V6. Now it does 21 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway, and it seats 7. Now think about it like this. It still has great gas mileage, or great average gas mileage. It's not super great, but it's way better than what my Navigator does, okay? So 21 miles per gallon, that's because you're staying within inside a 4-cylinder or a V6. They're not making them in V8s, they're not coming in V8s. If you don't need it, you don't need it, okay? I'm not sure exactly what it hauls, but I do know that it has enough room inside to take care of everybody in the family or anything that you have to do with your business. And let's get to the biggest part. Maintenance. I already mentioned this. I love foreign vehicles, but I know what foreign vehicles are going to entail. You're not going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to keep a Ford Explorer on the road. You're just not. You're not. Even in 2025. With the full warranty. Get the 5-year warranty. You're not going to spend a lot of money to keep this car running. So as long as you put this vehicle in a situation where it can start making you some money, that's how I start doing the offset of what it's going to cost me, what I'm spending, and what I'm investing when it comes to a vehicle. Check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. We're going to leave these comments below. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to number 5. I left this for last because this is honestly, personally my favorite. Let me cut to the chase. I believe that this car will be a collector's item. Not every spec of it, but the Blackwing spec of it will be a collector's item. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, maybe you don't know. But listen, the Cadillac ST5, 2025. Another vehicle that makes sense in the luxury department when it comes to the market of luxury cars that also gives you sports performance. Yeah. No, it's not a Porsche Panamera. No, it's not. Okay. We all know that. No, it's not an Audi A8 or Audi RS5 or Audi RS7. No, it's not. But it's a grown man, 4-door sedan with plenty of luxury components all through, in and out. It's a Cadillac. I know Cadillac ain't been that popular. The most popular thing about Cadillacs over the last 10, 15 years is the Escalade. That's their number one seller. We all know that. But if you know cars, you know that years ago, when they came out with the STS, and all they did was swap out the Corvette engine and put the Corvette engine in that vehicle and made that a 2-door monster. And if you know your cars and you see one of those STSs with the little flag on it and all that, you know whoever owns that knows about sports performance, because under that hood ain't no 4-cylinder. It can go with anything on the street. It can run with anything. Now they have the 4-door version, full 4-door version of the ST5 that can do the same thing. Now, if you just want to go with the luxury parts, you go with the ST5 base. You can go with the ST5, I believe, premium or luxury. You can go with the ST5 sport. But let's get into the numbers. All right, because I'm not going to hold y'all up here. Starting around 47,000 all the way up to about, I think the base is 47, then you go somewhere around 60 or close to 70. All right. It will give you 23 miles per gallon. City, 32 miles per gallon. Highway. Wow. Now the base model is going to give you a 2.04 cylinder, or if you want to step it up a little bit, you can get the 3.0 V6 with a 10-speed automatic. That's going to top out for the V6 around 335 horsepower. Okay? But that's for if you want to do things nice. If you want to do things regular. You know what I'm saying? But when you want to step it all the way up, that ain't even the one you want. That's not the one you want. It's not the one I would buy. I'm going ST5 Blackwing all day. All day. Let's get to the numbers. Okay, we talking about 6.2 liter. Stepped it all the way up to, who else has a 6.2 liter engine for American vehicles? LS engines, Corvette engines, Camaro engines, which really is a Corvette engine. 6.2 liter V8, topping out at 668 horses, almost 700 horses with a 4-door sedan that actually has the ability. It depends on who you are as a driver and what you like. Has the ability to come in is it a 5-speed or a 6-speed manual? 6-speed manual. 6-speed manual or 10-speed automatic. You're not even going to be able to find 6-speed manual 4-door sedans after another 2-3 years. They're not going to start. I just told y'all, 6-speed manual V8 in a 4-door sedan doing almost 700 horses. I'm gonna let y'all think about that, because Y'all gonna act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. That's not regular. Shout out to Plies. I mean, that's not normal, whatever his song is. Shout out to Plies anyway. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. If you get the automatic, it's probably 3.8 seconds. Either way, it's less than a 4-second car, 0 to 60. And it's a 4-door sedan, luxury sedan. And it's less than a 4-second car. These are sports car numbers. These are almost supercar numbers for a 4-door sedan. American vehicle. Man, and then the biggest thing about it, well, let me get to the numbers right here. A car like this, matter of fact, the CTS, CT5s and all that type of stuff, these are not big maintenance vehicles. They're not. They're recommended that you actually service them every 7,500 miles, maybe even once a year. You can do an oil change once a year. This is another reason why these cars make sense to buy, and I think these cars will come back and will be super, super competitive in the market for 2020-25. They make sense. They just make sense for the person, I'm never gonna say average, but for the person who can afford it and you don't want to go over your budget. You got a mortgage to pay, you got insurance to pay, you got kids, you got this, you got that, but you still want to have something that says, this is me. These cars make sense. Okay? Honestly speaking, it really does. Price-wise though, you're gonna spend some money for this CT5 Blackwing. They start at 100. They $99K as soon as you walk in the door. I've seen them online all the way up to $125,000 for used ones, for people who just bought it and they're trying to flip it because they bought it for $99 3 months ago, and now they trying to get out of the car because they know they can make a quick 15, 20,000. So the cars are selling for 120. In other words, they're appreciating. That's another reason why I feel this particular vehicle will be a collector's item. Not the base model. If you're gonna do it, CT5 Blackwing. That's the collector's car right there. My name is Kadon Sterling. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm gonna let y'all check this out right now, and I'll see y'all on the next one.